I had another question for Astronomy Talk, if you don't mind. I'm sure I could look this up, but I'd rather have a conversation about it. So, we live in the 4D universe, the three dimensions plus time being the fourth dimension. And, we've heard about the hyperdimensions, 5D, 6D, 7D, all that. There's like 11 dimensions or some shit, by some theories. I've watched a lot of documentaries. So, and then you got the holographic universe. So, is it possible, or is it the theory that the holographic universe that we live in is kind of being spit out of, or is an emergent property of higher dimensions? Like, is our 4D universe a property of an 8D universe? Is this 4D universe being projected out of an 8 or 9D or 10D universe? And is that why we're being projected out of it? That's why it's a projection. That's why it's a hologram. Because that would be interesting. And I'm not religious, and I don't care to prove anything religious to be real or anything. But it's interesting to think about, if there are higher dimensions and time is the fourth dimension, could there be beings that are 5D or 6D or whatever? They live in a higher reality, literally. Then if they exist outside of the 4D, they are literally timeless, right? They exist outside of what we would call time. This kind of idea has completely fascinated me. And if somebody could direct me towards a book about this, or a YouTube channel, or anything that talks about this specifically, that'd be interesting. I'd love to hear it. And then also, I'd love to. This is a sort of a side topic, but the relationship with space and time, and even fun theories, like if people traveled through time, but they wouldn't know how space works. So let's say they go in the future or the past, but they pop out in, Alpha Centauri or something like that, because they got the time part right, but they didn't get the space part right. Space and time are connected. I'd love to know all the crazy stuff about space and time, the fringe theories. And, maybe conspiracy theory-ish, but still, maybe fringe science is what I'm into or something. I don't know. I want to read about some whacked out shit that could be real.